Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country in case you are outside the republic. William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, is expected in Homabay County tomorrow. And then on Saturday, the President will be in Siaya, the home county to Raila Odinga Odinga. According to the information I have, on Friday, William Ruto will spend his night in Kisumu, and then on Sunday, he's likely to attend a church service in Kisumu. And something caught the attention of Kenyans yesterday, and I want us to look at it. Because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objectives. Nothing in politics just happens out of mere coincidence. Anybody who left Kisumu headed to Siaya or Bondo met a huge billboard at the Kisian Junction. And that billboard had the image of Eliud Owalo, Karibu Rais, Yothurwa Orwaki Dala. Simply translated, our people welcomes you home. Then those who headed to Bondo also met another billboard in Bondo town. That billboard had Rais Mpendwa, tunakukaribisha nyumbani. Rais Mpendwa, tunakukaribisha nyumbani. I want us to look at the message which is coming out of these billboards. I want us to look at the politics behind the billboards. But before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, press that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to the main issue. By the way, according to the information I have, in Homabay, Gladys Wanga will play host to William Ruto, and Evans Kidero is trying so hard to get the opportunity to speak and also to play host to William Ruto. In Siaya, according to the information I have, Eliud Owalo is going to play host, although James Orengo will also be in attendance as the host governor. In Kisumu, when William Ruto will be arriving on Friday, according to the information I have, the governor for Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, will receive William Ruto alongside the member of parliament, Dr. Joshua Oron. They have instructions from Raila to do that. Now, I want us to look at these billboards, why they have been erected, because it's not campaign period. William Ruto is coming. Kenyans are really, because we've seen Owalo distributing food to the vulnerables in our communities here. And several questions were raised about these billboards, whether they were relevant, whether they were necessary, and I'm not going to go into those. For me, I'm just going to look at politics. What were the objectives of these billboards? Number one, Kenya Kwanza supremacy battle. In Nyanza, the truth of the matter is that Eliud Owalo outwitted Evans Kidero, he outwitted Okoth Obado, and he also outwitted David Ochieng to emerge the face of Kenya Kwanza government in Nyanza. And being the cabinet secretary, it definitely means that Eliud Owalo is the senior most political or senior most government official from Nyanza. Let me take you back a bit. Ahead of 2022 general election, Eliud Owalo decamped from ANC party and joined Kenya Kwanza. He led their strategy team. He was actually instrumental in crafting the Nyanza Economic Forum or Economic Blueprint, or whatever they were calling it. Then, after William Ruto was declared the president, it was expected that either Owalo or Obado, one of them was going to be appointed to the cabinet. And of course, Obado had upper hand because he had stood with Ruto, he had opposed Raila Odinga. But something happened. William Ruto opted for Eliud Owalo. And for those who've been following my analysis on this platform, and I'm going to share some of these videos, the main reason why Eliud Owalo left ODM and Raila Odinga was because he was being fought by forces who feared that he had created a clout and that he was likely to challenge the Raila Odinga succession politics. So he left. And when Ruto appointed him, he automatically became the leader. And immediately after that, Eliud Owalo started moving around, and he would be accompanied by David Ochieng, he would be accompanied by Obado. The only person who has not accompanied Eliud Owalo to any of these events is Evans Kidero. When Eliud Owalo went to homabay, Evans Kidero followed William Ruto, I think, to somewhere in, was it in Nyandarua or somewhere there. And of late, if you've been following this supremacy battle, you should have realized that at some point even Obado stopped following Eliud Owalo. Then recently he began. But one person has been missing in all this. David Ochieng. David Ochieng is no longer following Eliud Owalo in his events. So I don't understand why, for example, Eliud Owalo would see it fit to have his image and Ruto and not that particular group he walks around with, or even the photo of David Ochieng. So for me, it's all about Kenya Kwanza supremacy battle in Nyanza. Eliud Owalo is stamping his authority as the face of Kenya Kwanza. Because the moment these billboards emerged yesterday, that was the discussion around here. So that's number one. Number two, it's also about Raila Odinga's succession politics. The truth of the matter is that Eliud Owalo is ambitious. He tried it through ODM, failed. Then he tried it through Kenya Kwanza. He succeeded in becoming the cabinet secretary, which means right now he's on the path, or is amongst those who are likely to succeed Raila Odinga. Odinga. And it will depend purely on how he's going to play his politics. Why would he erect William Ruto's billboards when even in the last elections, these billboards could not be erected? Why? Because he's planning to succeed Raila Odinga. Odinga. Anybody who will be going to that function will be seeing the image of Ruto and the image of Eliud Owalo. So basically, for me, it's politics. Because if you look at even the ministry Eliud Owalo is heading, which is the Ministry of ICT, it's kind of not one of those political ministries, but very powerful. It can project someone into a national politics like it did to Joe Musheru, but it's not really like an minister for agriculture who would get opportunities, minister for roads who would get opportunities to go to the villages to interact and things like those. Most of ICT, if you ask me, that ministry are confined to Nairobi. As much as you can say there's a telecommunications company there is launching Wi-Fi's in the towns, it's basically politics. So for me, I tend to think that the billboards were a pointer that Eliud Owalo is planning to succeed or to challenge Raila Amolo Odinga. Number three, my third reason why they did this is that Eliud Owalo wants to own this particular visit. Why? Because he is the senior-most government official from Nyanza. That is the truth. And because Ruto is likely to attend his homecoming, which will be in Asembo, will be in his home, you see, like now a president going to Eliud Owalo's home, and the billboards from Kisumu to Bondo is for Owalo and Ruto. Basically, it means from homabay, and the moment he leaves Kisumu, William Ruto will be a guest of Eliud Owalo. So basically, Eliud Owalo will be owning this particular visit in Siaya. For example, I don't know the role Orengo will be playing, but assuming Orengo will be there, protocol dictates that it will be Orengo, probably then Ruto. But let us wait and see how all these things are going to unfold. And number 4, in my view, maybe they wanted to test the reaction of the residents ahead of this particular visit. And the verdict, which if you read online, most people strongly believe that as much as they are serving their political objectives, it was a misplaced priority. Most people are arguing that, for example, a billboard would cost 300 plus, and that nothing stopped them from, for example, using the money to sponsor a few students, and actually those students will be unveiled during Ruto's visit. Maybe sponsor a few students, 300 students from Rarieda constituency, and unveil them during Ruto's visit, that I'm going to take care of this. Yeah, so for me, those are the objectives. And the last objective is basically publicity. How do you give William Ruto's visit publicity? Ruto is going to homabay and he's also going to Siaya. The truth is, the Siaya event is being talked about. So it means Eliud Owalo understood the importance of publicity. He understood the power of communications. So let us wait and see. And personally, I think I'll be joining Owalo. Owalo is my friend. I'll be joining him at home. Maybe if I get a chance. If I don't get a chance, then again, it will be fine. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.